Tsunami Part 1.
A tsunami is a series of waves generated in an ocean or other body of water due to earthquakes. As an earthquake happens, the ground beneath the water is moved up and down abruptly and marks the start of a tsunami. The displaced water starts to move as a wave, and as the wave starts moving towards the shore, first of all, water gets shallower and recedes back. As a result, the height of the tsunami starts to increase. They carry on huge masses of water. When they get closer to the shoreline, the volume of the tsunami remains constant, but because the water gets shallower, their height starts to increase. Tsunamis don't stop once they hit land. Tsunamis will continue to travel inland until all their energy is gone. In rare cases, tsunamis can also be caused by landslides, volcanic eruptions, and meteorites. But in all cases, the main principle is the same. In 2004, an earthquake with the epicenter off the west coast of Sumatra in Indonesia struck with a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3. The Indian plate was subducted by the Burma plate and triggered a series of devastating tsunamis, some over 30 meters high. The tsunamis killed over 230,000 people in 14 countries, being one of the biggest natural disasters in human history. It is just one in many tragic examples highlighting the sheer force of tsunami. On page number 24, on the first page, we have this before you read, wherein you can see a map of Andaman and Nicobar Islands given on the left hand side of the page. And on the right hand side of the page, there is a certain exercise. This exercise we'll do at the end of the chapter. You may have a look at the map closely and also the location of the islands near India on the map. The chapter starts from the next page, that is page number 25. And on this page, you can see this picture of tsunami struck land. And you can see the amount of water that is flowed in the land, carrying the car and all the other objects flowing with it. And you can well imagine what must have happened to humans at this point of time. So let's start reading, children. Please take pencils in your hands and underline as I am highlighting the word and telling you the meaning. Let's begin. A tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. On December 26, 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. Did animals sense that the tsunami was coming? Some stories suggest that they did. Yes, there is also an answer to this question, whether animals sense that a tsunami comes or not. And this part of the story we will have in part 3 of the chapter, which we will read later. Stories are all from Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Underline the word archipelago. Archipelago is a group of many islands and the surrounding sea. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kachal. Kachal is the name of a place in Andaman and Nicobar. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. When the tremors stopped, underline the word tremors. You can see in the glossary also, tremor is a slight shake. Earth tremors, like the earth shakes during an earthquake, are called as tremors. So when the tremors stopped, they saw the sea rising. In the chaos, underline the word chaos. Chaos means complete disorder, or confusion. In the chaos and confusion, two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother and rushed in the opposite direction. He never saw them again. His wife was also swept away. Only the three children who came with him were saved. Sanjeev was a policeman serving in the Kachal island of the Nicobar group of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife, and his baby daughter from the waves. But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. They spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on to a wooden door. 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead. Underline the word relief helicopters. It is explained in the glossary. These are the helicopters bringing help to people. For example, during floods, they bring food or other amenities to the people who are stuck in the calamities. So 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead, but they did not see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. Underline the word daze. Daze means half conscious. That is, the consciousness is only 50% in that person. That's called as a years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother Ranla's home was in Nankauri Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. When the tremors came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Alma's father saw the seawater recede. Underline the word recede. Recede means to move back from where it was. He understood that the water would come rushing back with a great force. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to a safer place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both of them away. And aunts stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out to her. A wave uprooted the tree and they too were washed away. Floating, she climbed on it, then she fainted. When she woke up, she was in a from where she brought to Port Blair. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized. Underline the word traumatized. It means greatly shocked and distressed. Pic. You can see what kind of destruction tsunami had done in this area. You can see a house which is completely toppled down in shambles, and people are really looking for their loved ones to save them. With part 2 on page number 27. Tilly Smith, a British schoolgirl, was able to save many lives when the tsunami struck Phuket beach in Thailand. Though she has won a number of awards, her parents have not allowed their daughter to be interviewed on television and made into a heroine. Why do you think they took that decision? Well, children, why do you think they must have taken that decision? Maybe because they did not want their daughter to fly high or to have a kind of celebrity feeling. I suppose so. Let's start reading now. Now here is a story from Thailand. The Smith family from southeast England were celebrating Christmas at a beach resort in southern Thailand. Tilly Smith was a 10-year-old schoolgirl. Her sister was 7 years old. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. Underline the word resort. You can see that word here in the glossary. It's a place where people go on a holiday. And the picture given here is of Tilly Smith, who is brave and who has saved many lives when the tsunami had struck in Phuket. It was 26 December 2004. Deadly tsunami waves were already on their way. They had been triggered by a massive earthquake. Underline the word triggered. Triggered means caused, describes a sudden violent reaction here. An undersea earthquake caused the tsunami. Children, if you remember, I had shown you a video in part 1 where we had seen an earthquake under the sea surface and which caused a violent reaction in the water. So that particular procedure or action is termed as triggered. So they had been triggered by a massive earthquake off North Sumatra earlier that morning. The water was swelling and kept coming in. Benny Smith remembered. The beach was getting smaller and smaller. I didn't know what was happening. But Tilly Smith sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going back to a geography lesson she had taken in England just 2 weeks before she flew out to Thailand with her family. Tilly saw the sea slowly rise and start to foam, bubble, and form whirlpools. Underline the word whirlpool. Whirlpool is a swirling body of water. When there is massive movement in the water will start moving in a circular manner. It will be like swirling movement. That's whirlpool. So she remembered that she had been this in class. She had seen this in class in a video of a tsunami that had hit Hawaii Islands in 1946. Her geography teacher had shown her class the video and told them that tsunamis can be caused by earthquakes, volcanoes, and landslides. Tilly started to scream at her family to get off the beach. She talked about an earthquake under the sea. She got more and more hysterical. Underline the word hysterical. Hysterical means when you are hysterical, like you shout, you laugh, or you cry in a wild, excited way without any control over yourself. Said her mother Penny, I didn't know what a tsunami was, but seeing my daughter so frightened, underline the word frightened. Frightened means afraid, fearful. I thought something serious must be going on. Tilly's parents took her and her sister away from the beach to the swimming pool at the hotel. A number of other tourists also left the beach with them. Then it was as if the entire sea had come out after them. I was screaming, run. The family took refuge. Underline the word refuge, which means shelter or protection from danger. So the family took refuge in the 3rd floor of the hotel. The building withstood the surge of 3 tsunami waves. If they had stayed on the beach, they would not have been alive. Underline the word withstood. Withstood means endured without collapsing. That means, in other words, withstood means to tolerate, to go through. The Smiths later met other tourists who had lost entire families. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they had been forewarned. Underline the word forewarned. Forewarned means warned in advance, to give a warning in advance. Tilly went back to her school in England and told her classmates her terrifying tale. Terrifying means scary. Number 29. Look carefully at the picture of the boy and his dog and try to describe the things that you see using just words and phrases. Either the teacher or one of the students can write down the words and phrases on the blackboard. Now children, if you look at this picture, you can see a boy sitting very sadly with his dog. And if you look at the background is entirely destructive, not very good to look at. Can you think of some phrases and describe this picture? We'll do that later. You can think about the phrases or the words that come in your mind and we'll talk about it later. But for now, let's start beginning Before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka. Slammed. Underline the word slammed. Slammed means to strike hard with force. Before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety. According to eyewitness accounts, elephants screamed. Underline the word screamed. Screamed means shouted and ran for higher ground. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas, and zoo animals rushed into their shelters and could not be enticed to come back out. Underline the word enticed. Enticed means attracted. To attract somebody by giving some reward or something. So when the animals came to know that there is going to be a tremor, there is going to be something which is going to be a natural disaster, the animals somehow come to know, and they all go to different areas to save themselves. They will never come out to endure that part of the disaster. That animals possess a sixth sense and know when earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. They can sense and approach disaster long before humans realize what's going on. Sense or not. But the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in a dozen countries. But not many animals have been reported dead. Along India's Cuddalore coast, where thousands of people perished. Underline the word perished. Perished means died here. Buffaloes, goats, and dogs were found unharmed. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals, including elephants, leopards, and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away from Pathanamla beach inside the park. But no animal carcasses. Underline the word carcass. Carcass means a dead body. So no animal's dead body were found except for two water buffaloes. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people at Yala National Park had observed three elephants running away from the Pathanamla beach. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives in the coast near Gale said his two dogs would not go for their daily run on the beach. They are usually excited to go on this outing, he said, but on that day they refused to